teaching the youth that you're oppressed and something is wrong and you can't fix this problem, white supremacy, white supremacy, white supremacy, it only leads the bottom to stay at the bottom. But once you understand, like, when you look at Myron and you look at Sneako and you look at all these foreigners who come in, right? I'm not saying they foreigners in a disrespectful way, but they are not from here. Or if they are from here, their parents are not from here. And they come here and do what they're supposed to do, raise their kids, and, you know, they become successful and fruitful. Why can't we do the same? Because we, like you said before, if you think so, Tariq Nasheed, we built these resources. Why can't we use them? It's a conspiracy of the top of the top. Okay? They don't look at us the same, right? The globalists, right, that literally called us cattle, right? I don't think that we should think for ourselves. Don't believe your own eyes. Believe what I tell you. Eat the bugs, shut up. You won't be able to own anything. You'll be happy.
Because you were sitting up there trying to antagonize a foundational Black American brother, and he gave you a Harriet Tubman fist in your damn mouth.
Okay, because I'm trying to antagonize.
Did you not just hear your...
Hey, what's up, guys? It's boy South Central. We back in the building, man. So today we're going to be reviewing Myron and Sneako versus Tariq Nasheed. Now, in this country, we have a lot of foreigners coming in, and, you know, we can't deny that they're kind of doing better than the average everyday Black American, okay, African American, right? Tariq Nasheed calls us foundational Black Americans, all right, and the others are just foreigners, okay. A lot of people don't understand, right, outside of the Black community or, you know, African American community, that Africans look at us a total different way, all right? They look at us like we're lazy. They look at us like they think that we're not taking advantage of the opportunities that was given to us. And Black people, right, African Americans think that we did fight for those type of opportunities, and you're taking advantage of them. But I want African Americans to understand that if you could see that most non-African Americans, right, foreigners who's coming from Africa, coming in here doing better than us, you need to understand that we need to appreciate what our ancestors worked for and exploit those opportunities that they fought for, okay? We need to stop making excuses and take advantage just like they do, because they look at us like we just some whiny babies. Like, damn, well, it looked good to me. Why are you complaining? All right? And I think that's our competition, to be honest. All right, these are the guys that's competing with us, because they're not complaining when they get here. They fought hard to get here. I'm not taking nothing from them, but there is a difference between us and them, right? And Tariq Nasheed kind of puts it in perspective to where, like, if you come from a different country, right, like Africa, you don't got no right to spit that stuff to us, because you come from a failed society. You come from a failed nation. We succeeding over here. We fought for what we wanted. We got it. And not necessarily we got it because he's still a victim. But outside of that, he's basically saying you can't say nothing to me until you go back home and fix that. And I don't think that's the right way to go, because if you invested in America, you come from a different country, no matter where you come from, and you pro-America, you have a right to talk about certain things. As long as you ain't bringing your flag flying higher than the American flag. And that's the problem that we have with foreigners, that y'all come here, most of the time y'all come here and think that y'all culture should override our culture. Like, oh, you have to learn Spanish now because they're coming over here. No. We don't go to Mexico and say you need to learn English because the American people or the British people or whatever. I mean, China going over there now, but the American people is going over there, so you need to learn English. No. They look at you like you crazy if you speak to them in non-Spanish. They look like, what the hell? Like, who are you? You need to learn my language. You came to my country to learn my language. And that's how I feel. But this is that's the wrong argument to use against people who came here, understand plan, and they hopped on board, and they need to focus and talk about things that's happening in America, because it does affect them no matter what. I don't care if they from a failed nation. They came here and they, you know, and they added to the pot. He's not a criminal. He's not doing things that's, you know, not doing crazy things that will destroy America. He's actually helping America. And we're going to get into that. Another thing is that they talk about white supremacy. White supremacy. And that's Tariq Nasheed's argument. White supremacy is why black people feeling down. White supremacy is why black people are still down to this day. And my problem with that is you got to be more specific. You can't just say white supremacy. That's a very broad lazy answer to the problems that you think that we're having, okay? Because you keep spilling this rhetoric, but it has to make sense. You can't just say, "Oh, it's just white supremacy." Who? Tell me who is the problem, because don't point me in a direction with this. Right? I'm imagining we in war. Okay, you're the general telling me, "Oh, it's just white supremacists." I'm pointing the finger at every white person I see, not knowing who's the actual enemy. Who am I aiming at? Don't let it be a bystander that had nothing to do with nothing. And to me, knowing what I know, it's not just white people. Okay, they use black people against black people. They use who are they? The globalists. All right, the people who've been in power for a very long time and they ain't left yet. Okay, these are the people who own slaves, the family who own slaves, the bankers and stuff like that. So they've been around. Okay, say their name. Stop saying white supremacy, because you're making black people, right? The black youth that don't really see white people, because I'm from South Central. I never really seen a white person come in my neighborhood, but I hated them so much because what I seen and what I heard and what I was told. When you meet a white person, they don't think about black people every freaking day. Okay, and most of the time they part of our culture anyways, because you know what I'm saying, they part of the hip hop. They invest into hip hop, right? I'm not saying you give them kudos for that, but what I'm saying is they're Americans. This is part of American history, okay? You don't see no hip hop in Africa. It's just different genres. But at the end of the day, that's who we are, okay? That's who we are. Stop making excuses and stop pointing the finger at your neighbor and point the finger where it lies, so we can get to the bottom of this, all right? Because all they want us to do, the powers that be want us to do is fight each other, and they exploit our differences, okay? And that's in every country. I don't care what country you're from. It ain't got to be about skin color. It can be about religion. It ain't got to be about religion. It could be about your socioeconomic status. It doesn't have to be about anything. Whatever is different in your community is what they exploit and what they want you to fight over. Show me the division in your country, what divides you, and I'll give you the war. That's how that goes. And we need to understand. We need to stop falling for it as a people, not just the Americans, but right now, specifically, I'm talking about America because I'm American. That's how I feel. Let's get into it.
Supremacy, aka a lot of these Zionists, and then white supremacy, which is what you're referring to, like the
all right.
the
Now let me
white
answer that. Let
Anglo-Saxon
me answer that. You
Protestant.
do have a point. You do. I will say this. That's a point.
That's what I'm trying
all
to
right.
say.
Now I will say that a lot of the extreme white supremacists, a lot of them don't like Jewish people. They actually don't like white Jewish people. They do have a problem. I know some people in the alt-right, they don't like Ben Shapiro. But here's the problem. When the white supremacist Anglos and the white supremacist Jewish people get together, they all hate us. And that's all that matters.
You think it's about black people?
It all gets on anti-black racism. They all get on code against us. So their distinctions between each other don't mean a damn thing to me. That's why I look at all of them the same way. Does that make sense?
I see your perspective, but what I will say is this:
what you're saying might just be
Jewish
true.
people.
I believe. Yeah, I'm not even disagreeing. Yeah, there might be ethnic differences. Of course, there's ethnic differences. Yeah, I believe that.
Okay, now if you laid on it, he's basically distinguishing white people from Jewish people. All right, they're very different. And Tariq Nasheed is saying they all white to me. So it's white supremacy, yin and yang. Who cares? Who cares if they're Jewish or not? They're just white to me. But you have to be, again, I'm gonna keep saying this because this is a very big problem in society. You keep pointing the finger, especially in the black community. You keep pointing the finger at white people. Who are the white people that's doing it? Right? And it's not, and I keep saying this too, it's not just white people doing it, it's everybody. And I think that Myron and Sneako do have a bias towards Jews because of their Muslim background, okay? I don't think that also all the Jews are a problem. I think that the Zionists or whatever you think there is, I think that they're hiding under the cloak of Judaism, okay? They don't want you to point the finger, so it's the Jews that's doing it. No, that's not the Jews. Point the finger where it lies. Because if we keep fighting with each other and find reasons to fight each other, not like each other, all they're going to do is exploit it. And they own both sides. They don't care about nobody. They never did, right? And Tariq Nasheed basically keeps saying that, well, white supremacy is white supremacy. You can't be a white supremacist and hate white people, because it's not just Jewish people that they go against, or white people go against black people. No, they go against their own too, plus everybody else. So what does that mean? Everybody equally can get it. All right. When they send America to war, predominantly in America, white people is the highest population. So and it's been that way for a very long time. So when they start war, for no gosh dang reason, they send their own people too. The youngest ones don't matter. Anybody can get it. So why, when it comes to social issues, you saying, oh, the black people get it the worst. No, everybody get it. Everybody get it. And it's just propaganda to keep us fighting each other while they steal the resources. So they passing bills on the back end telling you white supremacy is the problem. White supremacy is the problem. But at the end of the day, they stealing resources, and they've been doing what they've been doing for a very long time. And it's up to you to make a difference in your life and do your research, because it's easy to say on the Muslim side, it's the Jews, man. See, they keep doing this. They're involved in everything, and it's also easy for a black person in America to say, "Hey, man, it's the white supremacists, man." Be very specific. Name the people. Don't just say white supremacists, because when it all goes down, and they try to shut society down. In my opinion, right? When it all goes down, you got to point me in the right direction, or point the youth in the right direction. Who's the problem? The white man is very broad. It can be my neighbor who is literally on the same side as me, because we're both oppressed and getting taxed by the same web of people that's trying to destroy the average everyday American's life. So you need to be very specific when you talk, because the youth, I mean, we all gonna be irritated and angry, right? And when you fighting for scraps, you're going to look for the biggest meal. And I'm telling you, the biggest meal has always been the biggest. They've always been at the top. So you got to be very specific. And on Myron and Sneako's side, I do understand what they're saying, because those people do happen to be Zionists. But I also understand that they have children, right? If we go after, we're not going after them, okay? They're free. We're fine. We're not going to bother them. But if we go after them and then try to wipe them out, whatever, all they got to do is change their religion, change how they think. Okay, well, now I'm Christian. I was never, my family, I didn't agree with my father. He was a Zionist. I'm not a Zionist now. No, it's not the Zionist. It's the person. It's not the religion. It's the person, not the skin color. It's the person. Judge a person by the character.
That wholeheartedly. Irish people weren't even considered white until much later. Greek people weren't even considered white until the 1920s. Yeah, a lot of people weren't even considered white. But once they did,
but what I'm saying
now, when they were led into whiteness, when they were able to classify themselves as white, the common thread that bonded them all together was anti-black racism, and that's the problem. So I don't have the luxury
to disagree with you, Tariq.
So me distinguishing their little different ethnicities under the banner of whiteness, it means no difference, because they're all oppressive to me.
So,
go ahead, Tom.
So let me respond to that, Tariq. Let me respond to that. Let me respond to that, because this is where I'm going to disagree with you. You're saying that they are all anti-black. I disagree. The Jews were actually critical in the civil rights movement with funding it, helping the NAACP get forward. Jews were instrumental in the civil rights movement with funding it and standing behind it. And I'm going to tell you why. The reason why is because Jews historically have been an oppressed people, and they understand that open borders, the liberal mindsets, and democratic governments are better for their bottom line, because a lot of Jews want a one world government. Now,
let me answer that though. All right, in the night,
sure, go ahead.
Because you have Jewish people who are white who are not racist. You have Jewish people who are white who are anti-black racist. In the 60s, there were some Jewish people who did help
not
out.
white. Tariq, stop saying that.
All right, but
they're not white.
You had Jewish people like the Levitt brothers who created the modern suburbs, and they put in their contracts that you couldn't have black people. These were white only. If these Jewish people had Jewish supremacy, they said, we want white only, no black people in these suburbs. Many of those stores that were discriminating against black people during the civil rights era, those were Jewish-owned stores. Many of those slumlords who owned those buildings that black people were complaining about, these were anti-black Jewish people. So you had anti-black Jewish people, you had pro-black Jewish people, but the anti-black ones, they fall under the banner of white supremacy too. See how that works?
Yeah, but there's definitely a strong amount of them that supported blacks and funded the civil rights movement.
And there were some that were oppressive.
Why are y'all not listening? If y'all,
they keep saying the same exact thing, just in a different way, but they don't understand that they go on the same route, right? Well, some Jewish people who funded black people. It's some that hated black people. So it's the people behind it. It's the person that's doing it. All right, and they literally refuting each other's argument, right? It's just the Zionists who's doing. It's not the Zionists. It's not the white people. All right. The conclusion is that it's a conspiracy of the top of the top. Okay, they don't look at us the same, right? The globalists, right, that literally called us cattle, right? I don't think that we should think for ourselves. Don't believe your own eyes. Believe what I tell you. Eat the bugs. Shut up. You won't be able to own anything. You'll be happy. But I'll own everything, right? Climate change, climate change, climate change. But I'm going to buy houses by the sea. The sea levels are going up. I'm a cruise on the sea. Like, I'll do what I want to do. You don't do it. You don't do what you want to do. You do what I tell you to do. And I'm gonna make you think that it's the right thing to do because you're killing the earth, you're killing the land, but not me. No, I'm doing what I want to do. It's a game being played, and we're the ones being toyed with.
So what is a black person then?
Can I ask you something, Sneako?
Good question. I'm a foundational black American. I know what that is.
You keep saying foundational. What does that mean?
I know what that is. I can define that. But yes, other black folks, let them define what their blackness means. I'm a foundational black American. So that means my lineage
whatever you want to use to make yourself feel special.
Do you believe you were here before the native?
Special terminology, foundational, whatever. Like they want
my
to keep you as a victim forever. What you don't seem to understand is that Zionists want you to be in this victim mentality.
Oh no, that's a deflection. No,
it's not a deflection.
No, it's a deflection.
To think you're special.
It's your ass. You the problem, not the Zionists.
I'm the problem. The Filipino black guy's the problem.
The white, because you try to come over here and align yourself with white supremacy.
Filipino Haitian.
Yeah, and by the way, it was a foundation.
You see, the propaganda is working. That's basically what I was talking about. You're the problem. Your neighbor is the problem, not the person who's actually causing it. Right? Sneako's saying, bro, I'm black, bro. I'm like, what makes the person black then? Well, if I'm not black, right? I'm mixed with black. I'm mixed with Filipino. I'm mixed with Haitian. How am I not black? Well, you're not like me. They're not like us. You don't have the same fight as me. Shut your mouth. While the globalist has a stake in everybody's demise in every country, what you don't understand is that what Tariq Nasheed don't understand is that we're literally on the same team, okay? No matter if you think it's a white supremacist or no matter if you think if it's the Zionist, you need to point the finger where it lies, be very specific about who's doing it, and we can go from there. But if you keep this broad, mystic bull crap to where it could be anybody in this planet, and I don't know if they look white, if they're a Zionist, then no, we need to know who the people are, point the finger where it lies, and get it done. If not, we gonna keep talking. We just gonna keep talking in circles. Oh, it's the white supremacists. Oh, it's the Zionists. Oh, white supremacy. White people and Jewish people are the same. They're not the same. Well, to me they're the same. Okay, so what about Haitian black people and American black people? No, they're different. We're literally saying the same thing. No, we are different. Okay, we are different from Africans. We have different cultures, all right? I look at myself as American that happen to be black. I don't tie into the African American thing because I don't identify with Africa. I'm sorry, I just don't. Like, I'm not from there. So if I go anywhere in every other country, I'm American, bro. I may be black, but I'm also an American, and I love my country. No matter what nobody say about my country, I love my country. I love what it stands for. And you can say it's racist or not, but at the end of the day, the biggest guy on this on this talking cast right now is Tariq Nasheed, right? Everybody want to get at him. Everybody want to debate him. He's doing well. So for a country to be oppressive and hate you so much, you're doing very well for yourself. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's great that he's doing well. But teaching the youth that you're oppressed and something is wrong and you can't fix this problem, white supremacy, it only leads the bottom to stay at the bottom. But once you understand, like, when you look at Myron and you look at Sneako and you look at all these foreigners who come in, right? I'm not saying they foreigners in a disrespectful way, but they're not from here. Or if they are from here, their parents are not from here. And they come here and do what they're supposed to do, raise their kids, and they become successful and fruitful. Why can't we do the same? Because we, like you said before, if you think so, Tariq Nasheed, we built these resources. Why can't we use them? Why are we still complaining? I think we're not going to get anywhere, and I think that's also a part of the agenda to keep us down, keep us worried about reparations. I say in my head, if we're going to take this reparations stuff serious, we need to go to Africa because they're the one that sold us off. We need to go to them first. Okay, now give us our money because you the one sold us off. No. We need to go to America for partaking in something that was legal. Okay, and I'm not saying it wasn't wrong. To own any human is wrong, but we need to stop being victims. Okay, we need to stop being victims. We need to stop playing into this mindset of destruction. I'm sorry that I'm sorry that we was enslaved. Okay, most people in their history, and I don't freaking you white, Filipino, it is what it is. It happened. Why are we so stuck? Why can't we grow from this situation? I know it was not that long ago, but look how times are now. I think that the people that fought for what we have now will look at this time if they were still alive and be like, bro, like, I understand what happened, but this is what I fought for y'all for. You got what we fought for, so use it. Don't complain still, because I didn't have those opportunities that you guys have. I was too busy fighting to get these opportunities. But you playing with my name and still saying what I fought for was for nothing because you still using those same excuses. Stop, bro. That's like me raising my son in the suburbs of California, and my son complaining about me living in the hood. Well, Dad, you used to game bang, man. You used to live in the hood. I'm sorry that I can't get it. I just can't get it together, man. I'm just so oppressed because in the hood there's so much gangs. It's like a culture, Dad, and you don't live over there, nigga. You never you didn't grow up over there. I took you away from that so you don't have to make those same. You don't have to have those same problems. Why are you making excuses still? Because Dad, I'm oppressed. Get about here with those excuses. And I think our ancestors will do the same. They will be ashamed with the same arguments we coin today as if nothing has changed. That's lazy. And it's absurd.
Black American who stopped the Filipinos.
Well, okay, that's a serious allegation. Where do I try to align myself with white supremacy, Tariq?
You just got your damn tooth knocked out for hanging around a bunch of white supremacists.
Tell me, like, based on my ideology, how do I try to align with white supremacy?
Because you were sitting up there trying to antagonize a foundational Black American brother, and he gave you a Harriet Tubman fist in your damn mouth.
Okay, because I'm trying to antagonize you.
Did you not just hear your tropes about how what you think of the Black community?
Right, and that's why you have a student. The majority of Black Americans don't. Do the majority of Black Americans dress like you and appear like you and speak like you? Yes or no?
We're not a monolith. We have a whole spectrum of the way we get down. That's the great thing. That's the great thing. No, there's no majority anything. No. That's the great thing about foundational Black Americans. Our culture is very vast. We have the sexy reds. We got the middle class people, and we got the heroes like the Rosa Parks and the Dr. Kings and the Malcolm X's and the Tariq Nasheeds and people like that.
Right.
I would argue that every culture has that. It's not foundational Blacks. It's just every culture has that. No matter where you come from, you got your heroes, and you got those who are very degenerate and who makes that particular sector of the country look bad.
You're talking about
that's the great thing about our culture.
But Tariq, so why were you able to become a millionaire in a white supremacist Black America?
Because I am a phenomenal foundational Black American.
Because you're phenomenal, right?
Yes.
No, we have to take that into account, because if I'm around a whole bunch of people that's very that's suppressing me, that hates me so much, and they feel like they're superior to me, how can I win? How can I win? Oh, I'm a phenomenal. I just went through all these hurdles in my life, and the white people trying to keep me back, and I just found a way to win. Okay, if you found a way to win, supposedly outside of this oppressive ass country, right, that's trying to destroy you, and the white people around you trying to destroy you, then how are you so oppressed? Like, I don't see how majority of this country that hates you so much will allow you to just make it. No, something in you didn't allow yourself to think like that, because that's not a victim mentality. If you're not going to lay down on your back, you chose not to. So don't tell everybody else that they're victims of white supremacy because they didn't make it. No, a lot of people just don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. It had nothing to do with white supremacy. It's just that I don't want to do it. Okay? Once you find that umph in your step, you'll get somewhere. Like, and to talk about my life, bro, I've been to prison, bro. I've been through it. I've been through it all when it comes to the streets. Gang bang, got out of it. Dude, I never gave up. I got 2 trades now. A lot of people said no after me going to prison. I never been in trouble. That one time I've been in trouble, now everybody's saying no to me. I never gave up. I could have been like, damn, man, white supremacy. They'll lock the black man up, give him a record, and they will never hire him. And there was a lot of people that was in the same situation as me that gave up, but I never gave up. And I'm not saying I'm not saying I'm the best, but what I'm saying is that I never give up. And I think that most African American young men need to hear that. Not that the white supremacists and your grandmother was a slave. Okay, fine, we get that now. What's up? Now what's up? I'm the guy that look for the future. Okay, this happened. Now what's up? Okay, well, what's going on now? What do I do now to get better? Oh, yeah. I don't know what to tell you because white supremacy. You got to get rid of white supremacy. It's not. If that's the case, the big man is keeping everybody down. All right, but we all find a way to swivel up, and that goes from a white man to the black man, any person in America. You find your way to the top somehow, some way with the oppression of taxes, of going to war for no reason, with the tyrannical government. We all find a way to make it out. All right, we don't make excuses, and I hope that everybody in this country, right, outside of just being black, will understand that. The more we understand that, the more we will stick together, other than pointing the finger at each other. Okay, there's always bad people in each race, doesn't matter. So you might find a racist white person that is whatever you said these people are. And that's fine. You're going to find that. Just like a white person, you're going to find that black person that you had a preconceived notion about that you might be right about. Okay, but not every black person is like that. Okay, and most of the time they're repulsed by those same white people we're repulsed by, and we're repulsed by the same black people that they're repulsed by. But we don't want to say anything because it's a group think and it makes it look bad. Not saying that white people was probably okay with saying, bro, I'm not racist, I'm not with them. All right, but also it's about perspective, what you deem is racist. Okay, some people might think that all Republicans are racist, and I don't look at myself as a Republican. I look at myself like a Trump supporter that love Trump, that's in the Republican Party. But that, to me, they're all rhinos and they're all Democrat people in wolves and sheep clothing anyways. But at the end of the day, we have to find a common ground. We have to find a common ground and understand who's the enemy. If we keep pointing the finger at both ends, basically like doing this, and then the people we try to hold accountable do this too. Oh, it's not us as Zionists. So it's not them. It's the same people that have been in power the whole time. It's not hard to understand that. Okay, and they go from country to country and stir up stuff, and they fund the wars because it makes it. I'm still in the resources. I'm gonna keep getting rich. I'm gonna stay in power because these people are fighting. It's no bummer how they think that we are cattle and they can control what we think and how we think, because they literally do. Sit down sometimes and appreciate what you have and not be a victim, man. South Central, we out.
While we whipping in the kitchen, God be my witness. At the age of 15, I was fighting.